Next up, we have Nick.
Thank you. So I'm going to be talking about speedrunning and TASBots. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what speedrunning is, essentially what it is completing a computer game in as quick a time as humanly possible, making use of glitches from the game's development code. So anything that the actual game devs have missed out or forgot to change, that's where speedrunning comes in. So a couple of examples. Anyone here played Zelda or Pokemon? I imagine most people have, yeah, at least once. So a couple of my favourite games from childhood, Ocarina of Time and Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow. Spent months and months, years playing these games. Well, maybe not. And, you know, went through the whole game. But the records for speedrunning are around that for the entire games. So less than 2 minutes for Pokemon. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's kind of strange. But you think, how do people actually do these? How do you find all these glitches and so on? They exist somewhere in the code, but you can't just find them with a Game Boy. What are you going to do? So that's where TASBots come in. Now, TASBots are tool-assisted speedrun bots. Essentially what these are emulators of the game, which allow you to alter the gameplay, save states in certain parts of it, and input as a group of inputs at one point. So you get to a certain part in the game, and it will perform 1,000 actions at once for you. You don't need to do much else with it. So there's an example picture of just what a basic one looks like, someone playing a Mario game. You've got the input parts on the left-hand side, where you can select what is going to happen at each point. And you've actually got the ability to see all the variables, all the game dev code at any given point in the game. Now that lets you look into where the code has gone wrong, where devs haven't completed things, or if they've left bugs intentionally or unintentionally for anyone to discover. So with that, you can get incredible speed. You find where walls don't exist and exploit the game as best as you can. So you're probably like me, when you found out about speedrunning, you probably think, why would you do that? You play games for enjoyment. You explore the land, you know, you want to see from start to finish everything. You want to catch them all and, you know, all that. So yeah, what's the point? Well, there's a few reasons. Enjoyment. There's a huge community for speedrunning. And you think, well, it's the same with anything. People watch football skills like kick-ups and so on YouTube, or think of a hobby. There'll be specialist people who do a certain aspect of that hobby. And yeah, it's really popular with lots of other people. For example, some of the highest ones, Twitch is a streaming website owned by Amazon. Some people get 70,000 followers just to watch them speedrun games. It's pretty incredible when you think about it, just for, you know, a small section that it gets so popular. But it's also got a huge competitive element to it as well, where people compete for the world record. There's plenty of sites where you can actually see the recordings of these and how people have exploited the games, looked into dev code and gone, that's a glitch, I'm going to use that to improve the record. But the reason I actually think this is very interesting is what people have done with it as a community. It brings people together for great causes and great feats in charity. Now, the protagonists, I'd say, of speedrunning community are Games Done Quick. Now, this is a biannual event held in winter and summer. It's normally in America, and it's a charity marathon where people will display their skills at speedrunning, display the TASBots they've built, so the ability to hack the game and, you know, destroy the code essentially. And it gets a huge audience worldwide. So they'll be able to broadcast all the technologies, and people will be able to actually take the tech from them, try it themselves as well. But what's most impressive is since 2010, GDQ has raised almost $20 million for cancer research, Doctors Without Borders and other charities as well. I think if you question why people would do speedrunning, well, that is a brilliant reason to get involved with it anyway. I don't do it myself, but you know, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I would say as well, with that, the moral to take away from that would be the tutors here tell you to write perfect code and so on. Just don't listen to them. Because if you don't write perfect code and someone exploits it, they'll get a lot of money for charity. So yeah, don't listen to these guys, yeah. Yeah, thank you very much.